Get ready to travel back in time with another movie challenge. Can you guess all 50 iconic films just by their scenes from 1940 to 1945? Let's get started.
Promised.
If there was a law they was working with, maybe we could take it, but it ain't the law. They're working away in our spirits. They're trying to make us cringe and crawl, working on our decency.
You promised, Tom.
The Grapes of Wrath is a 1940 American drama film directed by John Ford.
You can man all you want to, Hildy, but you can't quit the newspaper business.
Well, why not?
I know you, Hildy. I know what quitting would mean to you.
Well, what would it mean?
It would kill you.
You can't sell me that, Walter Burns.
Who says I can't? You're a newspaper man.
That's why I'm quitting. I want to go someplace where I can be a woman.
You mean be a traitor?
A traitor? A traitor to what?
His Girl Friday is a 1940 American screwball comedy film directed by Howard Hawks.
You're far and away your favorite person in the world.
Dexter, in case you don't know...
Of course, Mr. Connor. She's a girl who's generous to a fault.
To a fault, Mr. Connor.
Except to other people's faults. For instance, she never had any understanding of my deep and gorgeous thirst.
That was your problem.
Red did. But you took on that problem with me when you took me, Red. You were no helpmate there. You were a scold.
It was disgusting.
The Philadelphia Story is a 1940 American romantic comedy film directed by George Cukor.
Mr. Pollock, are you still here? Are you deliberately trying to spoil my evening? Why do you want to do me harm? Why do you hate me so?
I don't hate you.
Oh, I suppose you love me.
No, why should I? What have you done to make me love you?
Well, I don't want you to love me.
I don't.
The Shop Around the Corner is a 1940 American romantic comedy drama film directed by Ernst Lubitsch.
Tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This hateful war.
Yes, I suppose it is. And yet there's, I don't know, a certain amount of excitement about it, too. Around the corner of every second, the fascination of the unknown. We're both facing it this instant.
Now, we face the unknown in peacetime, too.
You're rather matter-of-fact, aren't you?
Yes. You're rather romantic, aren't you?
Waterloo Bridge is a 1940 American drama film directed by Mervyn LeRoy.
Certainly. Who was that guy learned so much from watching an apple drop?
Isaac Newton, 1642 to 1727. The law of gravity.
Yeah, that's him. And I want you to look at me as another apple, Professor Potts. Just another apple.
Ball of Fire is a 1941 American screwball comedy film directed by Howard Hawks.
You know, Mr. Bernstein, if I hadn't been very rich, I might have been a really great man.
Don't you think you are?
I think I did pretty well under the circumstances.
What would you like to have been?
Everything you hate.
Citizen Kane is a 1941 American drama film directed by Orson Welles.
Well, I guess I ought to be getting back. I have to go on duty at 8:30.
What's your stunt? You stick right to the whole job, don't you?
Oh, sure. I stand behind the desk and act like I'm scared. When you fellows get through, I telephone the police.
We don't want no slip-ups, Mendoza.
High Sierra is a 1941 American film noir directed by Raoul Walsh.
Those two gone. This is only the beginning. Then all of you will go. One after the other, all of you.
I will never leave you, Mama.
You, boy, if you should ever leave me, I'll be sorry I ever had babies.
Why did you have them?
Indeed, you couldn't spy why. To keep my hands in water and my face to the fire, perhaps.
How Green Was My Valley is a 1941 American drama film directed by John Ford.
You begin well, sir. I distrust a man who says Wayne. He's got to be careful not to drink too much, because he's not to be trusted when he does. Well, sir.
The Maltese Falcon is a 1941 American film noir directed by John Huston.
Well, that certainly is a new look. I guess I've seen everything now. You sit there back of your big cigars and think of deliberately killing an idea that's made millions of people a little bit happier. An idea that's brought thousands of them here from all over the country, by bus and by freight and jalopies and on foot, so they could pass on to each other their own simple little experiences. Why, look, I'm just a mug and I know it, but I'm beginning to understand a lot of things. Why, your type's as old as history. If you can't lay your dirty fingers on a decent idea and twist it and squeeze it and stuff it into your own pocket, you slap it down. Like dogs, if you can't eat something, you bury it. Why, this is the way.
Meet John Doe is a 1941 American comedy drama film directed by Frank Capra.
It's 6 o'clock. I ain't going to register. Come here. You gotta register, Alvin. I ain't going to. I ain't going to war. War is killing, and the book's again killing. So war is again the book.
Sergeant York is a 1941 American biographical film directed by Howard Hawks.
Mary.
Mary's all right again. I thought you'd gone.
Mary, what would you do if you had a pot of gold?
Oh, Jabez.
Mary, what would you do?
I don't know. I would pay our debts and maybe I would buy a new bonnet. Really, I think I would live quite the same.
Mary, look. Haitian gold. I found it in the barn.
Found it in the barn, eh?
Yes, Ma. I was getting to seed and I saw one of the boards warped up a bit and I stumbled and there it was.
The Devil and Daniel Webster is a 1941 American supernatural film directed by William Dieterle.
So if you want me, I wish you'd marry me just like it is. I'm not afraid.
Marriage? You're not afraid? No, women are never afraid. How long do you think you'd be in love with me living off your salary?
That's nothing to be ashamed of if you can't help it.
Not to you, but it is to me.
The Devil and Miss Jones is a 1941 American comedy film directed by Sam Wood.
Eve,
Yes, darling.
if there's one thing that distinguishes a man from a beast, it's the ability to understand, and understanding, forgive. Surely the qualities of mercy, understanding, sweet forgiveness.
Sweet what?
Sweet forgiveness.
The Lady Eve is a 1941 American screwball comedy film directed by Preston Sturges.
Maybe it's easy for the dying to be honest. I'm sick of you. Sick of this house, sick of my unhappy life with you. I'm sick of your brothers and their dirty tricks to make a dime. There must be better ways of getting rich than building sweatshops and pounding the bones of the town to make dividends for you to spend. You'll wreck the town, you and your brothers. You'll wreck the country, you and your kind, if they let you. But not me. I'll die my own way, and I'll do it without making the world any worse. I leave that to you.
I hope you die.
The Little Foxes is a 1941 American drama film directed by William Wyler.
What happened, Mother? Why did we all run?
Man was in the forest.
Bambi is a 1942 American animated drama film produced by Walt Disney Productions.
We have a complete dossier on you. Richard Blaine, American, age 37, cannot return to his country. The reason is a little vague. We also know what you did in Paris, Mr. Blaine, and also we know why you left Paris. Don't worry, we are not going to broadcast it.
My eye's really brown.
You will forgive my...
Casablanca is a 1942 American romantic drama film directed by Michael Curtiz.
And the lives of young and old have been taken. There's scarcely a household that hasn't been struck to the heart. And why? Surely you must have asked yourselves this question. Why, in all conscience, should these be the ones to suffer? Children, old people, a young girl at the height of her loveliness. Why these? Are these our soldiers? Are these our fighters? Why should they be sacrificed? I shall tell you why. Because this is not only a war of soldiers in uniform.
Mrs. Miniver is a 1942 American romantic war drama film directed by William Wyler.
Not a bit. There aren't any old times, but times are gone. They're not old, they're dead. There aren't any times but new times.
The Magnificent Ambersons is a 1942 American period drama film directed by Orson Welles.
The trouble is, Mr. Whiteside, that your being in this town comes under the heading of news, so I just got to get a story.
Ah, pecan butternut fun.
Oh, my, you mustn't eat candy, Mr. Whiteside. It's very bad for you.
My great aunt Jennifer ate a whole box of candy every day of her life. She lived to be 102, and when she'd been dead 3 days, she looked better than you do now.
The Man Who Came to Dinner is a 1942 American screwball comedy film directed by William Cayley.
You're just being yourself. You see, you're married to me. That's like saying you're blind to me. For a long time, I've been a part of you, just something to snuggle up to and keep you warm at night like a blanket. But you can't see me any more than you can see the back of your neck. I put on...
The Palm Beach Story is a 1942 screwball comedy film directed by Preston Sturges.
I have a wife, a companion for life, who has shown me more courage than I ever knew. People all say that I've had a bad break. But today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
The Pride of the Yankees is a 1942 American sports drama film directed by Sam Wood.
I don't approve of, but I like people who think in terms of ideal conditions. They're the dreamers, poets, tragic figures in this world, but interesting. What is the law? It's a gun pointed at somebody's head. All depends upon which end of the gun you stand, whether the law is just or not.
Who is he?
The Talk of the Town is a 1942 American comedy drama film directed by George Stevens.
Yes. My people are fortunately out of Poland, but there is someone in Warsaw.
Oh, a lady?
Yes. It's a very confidential matter. Professor, I'd appreciate it if you'd tell her. But don't tell her husband.
Now I know exactly what to tell her.
Just say, to be or not to be. She knows.
Oh.
To Be or Not to Be is a 1942 American black comedy film directed by Ernst Lubitsch.
I thank you. And I wouldn't worry about this country if I were you. We've got this thing licked. Where else in the world today could a plain guy like me come in and talk things over with the head man?
Well, that's about as good a definition of America as any I've ever heard. Goodbye, Mr. Cohen.
Yankee Doodle Dandy is a 1942 American biographical musical drama film directed by Michael Curtiz.
Carry on.
Carry on for what? Aren't there enough dead already?
Oh, yes, there were a lot of dead.
I want him to live. If it costs him...
Five Graves to Cairo is a 1943 war film directed by Billy Wilder.
I'll tell you where I've been. I've been at the Gestapo since 6 o'clock this morning.
What did they ask you there, you?
They wanted to know where I spent last night. I told them I was here, of course.
Of course.
Masha, what's this all about? Who is this man?
What did they ask about him?
And Inspector Gruber questioned me, wanted to know if I knew him.
Hangmen Also Die is a 1943 war film directed by Fritz Lang.
Do you think I could stay here to become nothing to you? Do you think because I'm poor and obscure and plain that I'm soulless and heartless? I have as much soul as you and fully as much heart. And if God had gifted me with wealth and beauty, I should have made it as hard for you to leave me as it is now for me to leave you. There I've spoken my heart, now let me go.
Jane, strange, this almost unearthly thing. You that I love as my own flesh.
Don't walk.
No love for Blanche.
Jane Eyre is a 1943 American film directed by Robert Stevenson.
Millie, what is it?
This changes everything.
Changes what?
My new book, the one I told you I was writing. You see, it's about two women friends. They're practically brought up together. They have their ups and downs, and finally...
You mean like us?
Oh, the characters are all imaginary, but in a way, yes.
Millie, you never cease to amaze me.
No, really.
Old Acquaintance is a 1943 American drama film directed by Vincent Sherman.
Show them the way to Biaracroma. The battalion will follow in an hour. We must get water.
How's it coming? Very good, Sergeant. Very nice. Any way to squeeze it out quicker? It takes its own time. You cannot milk it like a cow.
Sahara is a 1943 American action war film directed by Zoltan Korda.
He thought the world was a horrible place. Couldn't have been very happy ever.
No.
He didn't trust people. He seemed to hate them. Hated the whole world. No. He said that people like us had no idea what the world was really like.
Shadow of a Doubt is a 1943 American psychological thriller film noir directed by Alfred Hitchcock.
My English is not very much, but my friendship for you is very much.
The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp is a 1943 British romantic war film directed by Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger.
In love or war with people like us, we've got to work fast or we'll miss the bus. If you straddle the fence and you sit and wait, you get too little and you get it too late. What do you say if we see it through? You stick by me and I stick by you, and our 18 children will be glad we said,
damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead! Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead! Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead! And our 18 children will be glad we said, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead! Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead! Damn the torpedoes!
The More the Merrier is a 1943 American romantic comedy film directed by George Stevens.
Put out that light, you fool. You want to give us away?
Who to?
Chuck that butter, I'll plug you.
You start some. For every hole you make, I'll make two.
Looks like you're going to have a lot of shooting to do, Mr. Fon.
The Oxbow Incident is a 1943 American Western film directed by William A. Wellman.
Well, dear, for a gallon of elderberry wine, I take 1 teaspoonful of arsenic, then add half a teaspoonful of strychnine, and then just a pinch of cyanide.
Should have quite a kick.
Yeah.
Arsenic and Old Lace is a 1944 American screwball black comedy crime film directed by Frank Capra.
Dies down. You don't know Keyes. Once he gets his teeth into something, he never lets go. He'll investigate you. He'll have you shadowed. He'll watch every minute from now on. You afraid, baby?
Yes, I'm afraid. But not of Keyes. I'm afraid of us. We're not the same anymore. We did it so we could be together, but instead of that, it's pulling us apart, isn't it, Walter?
What are you talking about?
And you don't really care whether we see each other or not.
Shut up, baby.
Double Indemnity is a 1944 American film noir directed by Billy Wilder.
I put it there tonight.
No, it isn't here. You must have dreamed you put it there. Are you suggesting that this is a knife I hold in my hand? Have you gone mad, my husband? Or is it I who am mad, yes?
Gaslight is a 1944 American psychological thriller film directed by George Cukor.
And now Wake Island, Guam, Bataan, Corregidor, Guadalcanal. They bled and died. They gave me a big send-off when I left home. Band was playing, everybody hollering, the dogs barking, my mother crying. Everybody wondering if I'd come home a general or just a sergeant like my father. Well, it's one thing to come home with things like that on your chest and another thing to go home with hay fever and a medical discharge.
You mean you ain't been home yet?
Hail the Conquering Hero is a 1944 satirical comedy drama film directed by Preston Sturges.
I must say, for a charming, intelligent girl, you certainly surrounded yourself with a remarkable collection of dopes. Don't touch anything. Fingerprints will be important. I'll have the clock picked up tomorrow.
What are you going to do?
Arrest Waldo.
Mark.
Can't be helped.
Laura is a 1944 American film noir directed by Otto Preminger.
I'm glad that Fredo was taught you to.
My dear young lady, what an extraordinary thing to say. Yeah, come.
What are you doing that for?
It's the bandage load. It's too tight or something.
Oh, wait, let me.
Holy mackerel. Ain't it a Lulu? What about it, miss?
I don't know. I'm afraid it...
It's more like a Lego.
Lifeboat is a 1944 American survival film directed by Alfred Hitchcock.
Gosh, my sister. I hope I'm not too presumptuous. For you don't need any beauty sleep.
What a nice compliment.
Meet Me in St. Louis is a 1944 American Christmas musical film directed by Vincente Minnelli.
Fanny, a woman is beautiful when she's loved, and only then.
Nonsense. A woman is beautiful if she has 8 hours sleep and goes to the beauty parlor every day. And bone structure has a lot to do with it, too.
Mr. Skeffington is a 1944 American drama film directed by Vincent Sherman.
Well, there are two general reactions. One is a kind of solemn stare to the painting.
Oh. And the other?
The other is a long, low whistle.
What was mine?
I'm not sure, but I suspect that in another moment or two, you might have given a long, low, solemn whistle.
The Woman in the Window is a 1944 American film noir directed by Fritz Lang.
Story of my life. Where do you want me to begin?
I got a pretty fair idea already.
Who told you?
You did? That slap in the face you took.
Yeah, what about it?
Well, you hardly blinked an eye. It takes a lot of practice to be able to do that. Yeah, I know a lot about you, Slim.
The next time I get slapped, I'd better do something about it.
Hey, you forgot.
To Have and Have Not is a 1944 American romantic war adventure film directed by Howard Hawks.
This is Mary and I'm Joseph, and we're going to Bethlehem to see if we can find someplace to stay. And that's all you have to know, really.
Well, Father?
Oh, their simplicity is beautiful. I wouldn't change a word of it.
Oh, but they will.
You won't be needed.
The Bells of St. Mary's is a 1945 American musical comedy drama film directed by Leo McCarey.
Wish you were dead, old man.
Just as good if you were.
George, I've got it.
What?
We'll play for her.
Tomorrow morning, 18 holes.
Match play?
The loser to vanish from the scene.
Forever.
Pretty fair, then.
Of course. Why didn't we think of it sooner?
Dead of Night is a 1945 black and white British anthology supernatural horror film made by Ealing Studios.
I loved you. And I'm still in love with you.
That's a tribute.
And I always will be. Remember that.
Russ, is that a threat?
Leave Her to Heaven is a 1945 American psychological thriller film noir directed by John M. Stahl.
Not. People fall in love, as they put it, because they respond to certain hair coloring, or vocal tones, or mannerisms that remind them of their parents.
Oh, sometimes for no reason at all.
Well, that's not the point. The point is that people read about love as one thing and experience it as another. But they expect kisses to be like lyrical poems, and embraces to be like Shakespearean dramas.
And when they find out differently, then they get sick and have to be analyzed, eh?
Yes, very often.
Professor, you're suffering from mogo on the go-go.
I beg your pardon.
Spellbound is a 1945 American psychological thriller directed by Alfred Hitchcock.
If only the picture could change, and I could be always what I am now. For that, I would give everything. Yes, there's nothing in the whole world I would not give. I would give my soul for that.
The Picture of Dorian Gray is a 1945 American supernatural horror drama film directed by Albert Lewin. Thanks for playing along. Stay tuned for our next challenge soon. Don't forget to like and hit the bell for more movie fun.